Welcome to the podcast for and about Colorado Springs. I'm your host, Brittany Felix, and every Monday through Friday I'll be talking about a different aspect relating to the Springs, including upcoming events, restaurant reviews, local business spotlights, media coverage about the Springs, public works projects, local activities, answering your questions about the city, and much, much more. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any of the updates. And also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find links to all of those social media accounts at springspodcast.com/social media. The Colorado Springs podcast is proudly sponsored by Elevation Hydration. Elevation Hydration is the only hydration therapy clinic serving Colorado Springs, and they are dedicated to helping you elevate your life. They use intravenous vitamin therapy to help athletes needing a boost of energy or help recovering after a tough competition, people experiencing cold-like symptoms or dehydration from the flu, anyone needing to recover quickly from a rough night out. I'm looking at you, college kids. And just anyone wanting a healthy alternative to preventative care. They have a wide variety of hydration packages to help address whatever your needs are. They're conveniently located inside Lush Beauty Lounge at 812 Village Center Drive, and if you mention this podcast during your visit, you'll receive $10 off any hydration package. To learn more about Elevation Hydration or to schedule an appointment, visit springspodcast.com/hydrate. Welcome to episode 28 of the Colorado Springs podcast. Today I'm going to be talking about how Colorado Springs was recently ranked 3rd in health-conscious cities in America. And the report was actually put out by ValuePenguin.com, and they rated 98 cities across America based on 17 different factors in 4 categories. So the categories were fitness and recreation amenities, which include the number of gyms per 10,000 residents, recreation centers, ball diamonds, basketball hoops, playgrounds, tennis courts, sporting goods stores, those kinds of things. The second category was health, food, and availability. So this was the grocery cost of living, organic crop acreage, percentage of census tracts with health food close in proximity, and the percentage of farmers markets that accept SNAP benefits and WIC benefits. The third category was natural and environmental factors, and those were actually pulled from another report that Value Penguin did in 2016 of the most environmentally friendly cities. And the fourth category is the current resident health habits, and the breakdown for that category is adults meeting exercise standards, adults engaging in no physical activity, and the percentage of adults aged 18 years and older who are obese. So using those different factors in those 4 categories, Value Penguin has come up with a ranking of 98 cities and how health conscious they are, and as I mentioned, Colorado Springs came in 3rd, which I think is pretty amazing, especially considering the previous city I lived in of Indianapolis, Indiana, came in 97th out of 98, which sounds perfectly accurate to me. So they actually broke down the different categories and where they rank on the list. So for the first category of the access to, athletic or physical recreational activities in the city, we ranked 47th out of 98. So that's not great for sure. And I kind of think that seems a bit high of a number. I would think it would have been better than that, which really kind of surprised me. For healthy food access, we ranked 13th overall. For environmental, we ranked 6th overall, which I am very pleased and proud of, and it's absolutely one of the reasons we moved here. And for overall residents' health, we ranked 2nd out of all 98 cities. The other top 5 cities are number 1 being Portland, Oregon, number 2 being Washington, D.C., which is kind of really surprising. Number 4 was Sacramento, California, and number 5 was Irvine, California. Some of the takeaways from this report were that the western part of the country stood out, and they stayed even acknowledging the overrepresentation of western cities in their grouping, the West as a whole ranked very well. 9 of the top 10 overall ranked cities were located in the western part of the United States. The second takeaway was that Colorado conquered. Colorado had 3 cities in the top 20. which, again, does not surprise me one bit. And their third and final main takeaway from this report was that the Midwest fell on food. 22 of the 24 worst ranked cities for health food proximity were all in the Midwest. And again, that doesn't surprise me either. All of this data seems pretty in line with what I would have assumed, with the exception of Washington, D.C. being ranked so high in the list. And it says that when they were determining the overall ranking of the cities, they gave the greatest weight to per capita access to the amenities that would help the residents be active. And again, that's where we kind of fell a little bit further down the list, being at number 47. The factors of next importance were the quality, access, and affordability of healthy food options available to residents, followed by the environmental factors, including air and drinking water quality. And again, we ranked 6 overall as far as that category goes, so that's great. And then they also looked at the current health habits of the city's residents, which is where we ranked number 2 out of all 98 cities. So overall, this makes me feel great about the city that we live in. It makes me feel very proud. We now have been ranked 3rd health-conscious city in America and the 5th best city in America to live in. And I have to think, with as much energy and effort that's being put into helping this city grow and develop in the right way and handle the influx of residents, we're only going to get better. If we work together collectively as a community to make sure that the changes implemented in our city are the right ones, we're going to continue to be a standout city for a long, long time. So that's actually going to wrap it up. I just wanted to mention this interesting, report that I came across and brag on our city a little bit. I will have links to the report and the article that the Gazette wrote on it in the show notes on my website, and you can find those at springspodcast.com/028. Again, that's springspodcast.com/028. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I want to invite you to come back tomorrow where I'm going to have yet another restaurant review, and I promise this time it's not Mexican food. Have a great day.